The main risk factors for preventable chronic diseases are tobacco use, lack of physical activity, and excessive alcohol use. The risk factors have caused unpreventable and preventable diseases like disability and death. To reduce these risk factors, prevent diseases or injury before it ever occurs, reduce the impact of a disease or injury that has already occurred, soften the impact of an ongoing illness or injury that has lasting effects. We all need to invest our time and money in improving healthy lifestyle behaviors by increasing physical activity and improving our diet. By doing this, almost 35% of early deaths will be avoided. Our integrative nutrition health specialist, Betty Olayinka Folari Akinlosotu, aka BOFA, advocates for this every Sunday on Health Corner and Nutrition segments showing on Healthy Living with BOFA channel, where she also features professionals on interview with expert segments. Join us every Sunday, 2 p.m. U.S. time, 7 p.m. UK and Nigeria time, 8 p.m. South African time. See you there.
Hello, everybody. Hello, my people. How you all doing? Oh, my goodness. I know you're all ready for Christmas. You can't even wait for this to come. That's I'm sure of. Welcome back to Healthy Living with BOFA Show, and thank you so much for joining us again today. Today is the second Sunday in December in this year 2021. We are just 2 weeks away from 2022. Wow, time flies. Just like yesterday, we started this year. Okay, I just want to remind you all that it is time to start taking inventory of your life. Look back to see what God has done for you. If nothing, I'm sure God has done marvelous things, beautiful things for us. But if nothing, if you didn't get nothing this year, I'm sure God deserves your praise for the breath of life. I'm sure of that. So why don't you just start preparing your new resolution now? What are your plans for 2022? Do you want to start a business next year? I'm sure your business plan is ready by now for execution. If not, my dear, you can still write it. You can still put that business plan together. Do you want to go to school or you want to continue your education? I'm very sure you have enrolled in a college by now. If you have not done so, my love, please do. Do you want to change a career? I'm positive that you have gotten one already. You've gotten one, you are starting next year. If you have not gotten one, sweetheart, please apply for one now. Apply for a job and try your best to make sure that you are the best candidate for the job. Whichever one you plan to do next year, trust me, I wish you all well, good luck, and healthy on that journey. I'm Betty Olayinka Folari Akinlosotu, aka BOFA, an ambassador of wellness, an advocate for wellness. What do we do on this show? And maybe I should say, what do I do on this show? I passionately advocate for healthy living. So it is my passion to bring to your awareness every Sunday on this show what wellness is all about. And it's basically about living well in all areas of life. We teach on this particular show, how to live your body, how to live your way into a healthy and beautiful body, as well as educate you guys, my people, my family, my friends, everybody, to be successful in everything you do in life. That is what we basically do on this show. I mean, on Healthy Living with Bofa. Right here on YouTube channel every Sunday is about wellness. We talk about wellness. We educate, we sensitize, we advise on living your way to a healthy and beautiful body. Thank you so much, guys. It was awesome and so much fun on the show last week. We all know that with Dr. Richard Okoye, the chairman and the medical director of Dr. Save a Life Mission Hospital and the developer of Dr. Save a Life medical app. I'm sure we all enjoyed the show with him. Once again, I want to say thank you to Dr. Richard Okoye for health information shared last week on the show. And I want to also say thank you so much. My goodness, thank you so much to you all for your feedback on that particular edition. Thank you all. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for your support and love for this show and for myself. For myself in particular, I'm so happy. I'm so honored. God will honor every one of you. So let us relax and enjoy the show. Today, while I introduce to you a wonderful woman who is going to be talking to us on nutrition and lifestyle. So I want you to sit back and relax and enjoy the show. I will be right back on the show after the break. Okay, welcome back to Interview with Expert segment. And on the show today, we are discussing about how we can reduce disease caused by what we eat daily. We want to talk about nutrition and lifestyle. What is the correlation between the two? Let me tell you this. Nutrition and lifestyle is basically what the wellness it's all about. That's the definition of wellness. Trust me, if anyone asks you to define wellness, tell the person that wellness is nutrition and lifestyle. There are two important aspects to this definition. Wellness. The first one is wellness is not a perceived or studied state, but rather an active pursuit that is associated with intention, choices, and action as we work towards an optimal state of health and well-being. And the second aspect is this: wellness is linked to holistic health. And that is why we take a holistic approach, sensitizing and educating on this show every Sunday, which means wellness extends beyond physical health and incorporates many different dimensions. Now, let me put together in one word these two aspects to make you understand what wellness entails. Wellness is an individual pursuit. It is ourselves' responsibility for our choices, our behaviors, our physical, social, and cultural environment in which we live. For this reason, wellness is associated with an active process of being aware and making choices that lead towards an outcome of optimum holistic health and wellness. Pull the two aspects together, you get your definition of what exactly wellness is all about. This is how it works. No other way around it. So there is how we can all do it for optimal health, and this is how we can do it. So today, we want to prove to you that wellness is about lifestyle and nutrition. So I have joining me today on the show a beautiful soul, a wonderful person. She is so busy with research, education, everything that has to do with nutrition, public health. That's what she does. Oh my goodness. So today, I want to introduce to you Mrs. Ayodele Adekemi. Adekemi Ayodele. Last name is Ayodele. So, and let me tell you briefly about our guest today. Like I told you, Mrs. Ayodele obtained a bachelor's degree in nutrition and dietetics at Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta, Ogun State, Nigeria, and master's in public health nutrition at University of Ibadan in Nigeria. And currently, she is studying for another master's in nutrition at Sheffield Hallam University in the UK. She is a food nutrition researcher, a product developer, a creative director at Equipped Concept, a fashion and lifestyle solution-based business. Mrs. Ayodele, you are welcome on Healthy Living with Bofa Show, interview with experts. Good to see you, to have you on the show today. How are you doing, my love?
I'm fine, thank you. Good to see you too, once again.
Oh my goodness, I'm so excited and happy to have you on the show. Let me first appreciate you for taking your time, leaving all aside from that your busy schedule to join us on the show today for health promotion. I must say thank you so much. I join my viewers to say we do appreciate your presence on the show today. God bless you.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
Thank you. I know you are more than ready today. So
yeah, sure.
The bucket. Let's go right into it.
All right.
All right. Now, it looks like people don't seem to connect nutrition with lifestyle.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
both of us, I mean, myself and yourself knows about this. Even though lifestyle is the way a person lives, it also includes so many things.
Mm-hmm.
And these are the relationship lifestyle has with nutrition. Do you agree with me?
Yeah, sure. I
Great.
agree.
So, what is the correlation between lifestyle and nutrition?
All right, thank you. Like you said before, you said it's the way of life. So that's it, the way of life. But you know, geographically, when you look at it, the geographical location can determine the kind of lifestyle you live. So if you, let's say, I love being practical. So let's say you live in an urban setting, urban area, a very highbrow city, fast, everything is fast. So life is fast there. So therefore, it will influence your way of eating because you really want to eat on the go. So you consume anything you see, you buy fast food, you have access to a lot of supermarkets. But if you live in, like, let's say, the countryside or the rural area where you have fresh fruits, farmlands, and all those things, your way of life definitely will be different. Yes. So, but in recent time, you know, with the onset of technology and a lot of things here and there, people's lifestyle have changed a bit as well, because, you know, they have been influenced by technology, what they see on the internet. So then there's peer group influence on lifestyle as well. You want to dress the way your friends are dressing. You want to eat what your friends are eating. And COVID, let's talk about COVID. COVID changed a lot of people's lifestyle.
Right.
You have people who have been going out here up and about, they are very social, they go to clubs every weekend, then COVID came. So you change your lifestyle, you sit back at home. Many people now we are hearing about working from home. So, it will change your lifestyle and then to change your mode of eating.
That's correct.
So probably you might skip breakfast before because you have to get out of the house. But now you work from home, so you have access to your kitchen, you go in, you say, oh, I've taken something, I feel hungry, I'll go back again. So they work hand in hand. So that's just it. So it's your way of life where you find yourself. You might be living healthy before and then you change your location or you meet new friends or you go to a new workplace and they have this culture of what they do every weekend and you have to blend in, then your lifestyle will change. Do you understand? So that is how they work hand in hand.
That's right. You are absolutely correct. Apart from some pattern of social relation, dresses, entertainment, lifestyle also include consumption. This is where they connect to each other. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Now, as a public health expert, of which your responsibility is to protect me, protect everybody around you, and improve the health of people and our community. What are the social determinants of health?
Okay, so if I'll go with the formal definition, according to the World Health Organization, social determinants of health are basically factors that contribute to your health outcome that are not medical. So what I mean is, if you look at, let's say, a stroke or cardiovascular disease, you say somebody has an underlying disease or underlying factor like high blood pressure before, somebody who's obese, you're prone to getting more disease. So those are medical factors. But when you're now looking at non-medical factors that could influence your health outcomes, so let's say environment. So let's go back to Nigeria, for example. People who live in environments that are not clean, they have blocked gutters here, water hanging here and there. That environment is very suitable for mosquito to breed. So they are susceptible to get having malaria. You understand? So the environment is not medical, but it can contribute to their health outcomes. So that is the social determinants. So it's wide. If education is there, somebody who is not really educated will make poor choices, won't be informed enough to know what to do. For example, when you're talking about preventing diarrhea in children, education goes a long way. Mother's hygiene, if you're educated, you need to wash this child's plate before you feed the child so that the child don't have diarrhea, or you don't have to cook this way, cook that way. Education is very, even for people who are also educated. Some people are educated, but they don't, I'm well versatile. I hit this, I have money, I can do this. Income is also a social determinant because your financial status will determine what you eat, both positively and negatively. You may not be able to afford because you don't have enough money, but you can have a lot of money and you can eat jobs. So it's both ways. So education, your financial status, your environment. Then, like I said earlier on, recent technology can influence you positively and negatively, and it's leading to a lot of people influencing people to eat maybe because they love a particular celebrity. The celebrity comes online and is eating unhealthy food. Everybody wants to eat that kind of food. Exactly. Dressing one way, everybody wants to follow that way of life. So the technology is affecting people's mental health. Everything works hand in hand. So these are social determinants of health. Anything that is not really medical, but at the end of the day, when you evaluate it, you can see that it's affecting your health. It's bringing out a bad, either positively or negatively.
Thank you so much. Yeah. God bless you. You see, I tell people that even though technology really helps us to get something done to make our lives better, one way or the other, it also affects our lives negatively, especially our children, especially what is going on in the on the social media now, Instagram, on Facebook, and on YouTube. Our children want to emulate, they want to do whatever other people are doing. I'm not going to base it on celebrity alone. A lot of people who are not celebrity also are on social media. Our politicians are there, our leaders are there, our parents are there. They are doing sort of things on social media, which our children, ourselves, and well, we are emulating from them, which are totally bad habits. You're right. So this is one of social determinants of health. Thank you so much. Now, let's talk about sedentary lifestyle.
Yeah.
People always call, some people called me and said, okay, I'm having, arthritis, these and that sort of things. And when I start asking questions, as an integrative nutrition expert, you deal with people holistically. You look at them as a whole person. You don't just advise them on nutrition. You have to look at them as a whole person. You look at mental status, you look at their physical health, you look at spiritual health, and also emotional health. You have to put those into consideration before you can advise on whatever you want to advise them to do as a solution. So when I realized that in this asking questions, I realized that sitting too long contributes to their problems. I said, really, I need to bring this to the show. Why people will learn so much, because many people don't know that when you sit so long, it causes a lot of health issues in our lives. So now we want to know what those sedentary activities and unhealthy food includes. We want to take a look at it.
Okay,
we also want to know what are the effects of this habit on our health.
All right. So sedentary lifestyle, really in nutrition and in diet therapy, when you're trying to help somebody start on the journey of eating healthy, you really need to know about, like you said, the whole part of the person's life. You really want to know the kind of activity they engage in. And the major reason is this, because what we eat, we take it into our body. We call it calories. The calories we take in. So you really want to take in what you expend. So it's like a balanced equation. So not everybody can be active. So we have the sedentary lifestyle, we have the active, and we have the overactive people. So the sedentary is majorly when you are not doing much activity. So you work in an office, you sit behind your desk maybe 5-6 hours in a day.
More than 6 hours, yes.
Yeah, or more than except when you're going for bathroom break, so you're going to grab a cup of coffee, or you're going for lunch break, or you work you have a store, you work in a store, maybe you're the owner of the shop and you don't do much, you sit around, maybe occasionally arrange your goods, or you're people selling fish in the market, or all those things that you're not engaging much. That's a sedentary lifestyle. But when you really look at life itself, not everybody can be very active with their work and all those things. So that's where nutrition comes in and is balanced. So if you evaluate yourself, like, there's nothing I can do, this is my life, this is my job, this is what is fitting me, and that is what my job takes, then you need to balance it by not taking more than you're spending. So that's how to balance our sedentary lifestyle. But as much as a nutritionist in the past, when people come to you for therapy and they tell you that, oh, I work in a bank, I work in the office, I can't do much. When you link them up with physical activity experts, there are different exercises you can do even while you are still sitting behind your desk that you can engage in, that will help you to, be active and burn some calories. Then on healthy foods, so on that, I say one problem we majorly have with eating is that we don't really we don't know much about what we should eat. So I start with saying, what you're buying, we can't totally say, I'm not going to buy processed food at all, because they have both their pros and cons. But when I'm buying anything, I want to look at the label. I want to look at what I'm buying. There's always a label, whether you're buying it in an African country or you're buying it abroad. Every food package, even in Nigeria, has labels. So, and there's something that is called nutrition labeling. So there are labels on these packs, and they've written there, which is the normal regulation, country regulations, government regulations, that you must always put there what this food contains compared with the requirements. You know, we call it the RDA, recommended dietary allowance, that a healthy person should consume. So if people indulge in the habit of reading labels, so let me give a typical example. Maybe salt, for example. Okay, your daily intake for salt shouldn't be more than 5 grams. Salt, sodium, everything. Now I get a pack of whatever I want to eat, and I look at the food label and I see it has 3 grams. Maybe that food pack is like maybe 100 grams, and it has 3 grams already of the 5 grams I want to eat in a day, and that is not my breakfast, that is not my lunch, that is not my dinner. That is unhealthy.
Yes.
So unhealthy food is relative. So even the healthy food like fruits and vegetables, if you don't eat them in the right proportion, you are indulging in them unhealthy. So there are some fruits that they're high in calories, they have a lot of sugar content. So if you indulge in that, like some people, I've seen people that say, just give me a big bowl of orange, I'll finish everything. Really, that is not healthy. When you say, I'm taking fruits, I take a lot of fruits, I can finish 20 fruits oranges at a go. I was like, really? That is not healthy. Yes. So as much as healthy as oranges, if you indulge in it in a very wrong way, it becomes unhealthy. So that is how I frame unhealthy foods. I hope that passes.
Yes, you did. Now, you see, I tell people all the time that portion contributes to your healthy lifestyle. The portion of what you eat. You don't just eat because you see that food. You see, it's about quality, it's not about quantity. Because sometimes we may be eating unhealthy food, as in getting it from more food. And at the same time, you may be eating little food and getting the best from it. Exactly. So it's about quantity, it's not about quality. I've seen so many people, elites from our country, that great country, Nigeria, posting several food which are unhealthy on social media. We just said it, in a few minutes ago, how this thing become a social determinant of health. You see, things that you eat has to be in portion. I've told people multiple times, and you just confirm it as well. And when we want to relate it to, sedentary lifestyle, you are sitting more than 6 hours and you are eating a bowl of rice on that spot. You are working in the office, or be in your own office or someone else's office. You are sitting more than 6 hours. Like you rightly said, we have different jobs. My job may require me to sit so long. We understand that. But sitting for 6 hours, no employer will ask you to sit for 6 hours without getting up. It's not possible. You have to go to the restroom and ease yourself. If you are not doing number 2, at least number 1, you must do it. And you even feel it in your body system. So with that, you now bring a bowl of food without even considering portion. That's where the problem sets in. And that's where it affects all our life. Thank you so much. I totally agree with you on that. Now, we've known the bad habits, the consequences, and the negative result these habits can cause our lives. What do we do to either stop it or avoid it? How can we get out of this sedentary lifestyle?
So, like I say, it's number 1 for me is determination. So, and when people come to your desk, your table as a nutritionist, or people ask to solicit for your advice, the first thing you evaluate the person is where the person is coming from. But mostly in our society nowadays, if you are not sick, until you are sick, that is when you find yourself in the hospital, you look for your doctor. Many people, once I'm okay, people don't, and that reflects in doing medical checkup. Many people don't even go for medical checkup because they say, I'm okay, I don't have any disease, I'm not having a headache, I don't have until they get sick. So usually there are two approaches. So you have the preventive and you have the management. So the management is someone already has the disease, or they are obese, or they have diabetes, they have kidney problem or cardiovascular disease, they already have the disease, and the doctor says you need to go for diet therapy. You need to start eating healthy, and you get a nutritionist or dietitian to assist you with that. That is the management part. At that point, you know, I've reached this, but I don't want to die. I still have children, I still have grandchildren, I still have this. Then you start living, then you decide that, okay, I want to start eating healthy. That kind of person, you know, the approach is going to be different from somebody you're encouraging to prevent. Someone who doesn't have the disease yet, but is not living that healthy lifestyle. But okay, you need to start eating it so that you will not get to the point of saying, I want to now manage a particular disease. So there are two approaches to it. But the first thing is for both parties, because there are some people that even though they know they have the disease, now something will keep person. So they will have that kind of notion that something that will kill somebody. Yeah, let me eat, leave me alone. But it's decision. You have to decide first. I want to do this. You have to make up your mind, because we can just give you all the list of what you should eat, what you should cut off your diet, what you should do. And you just take that piece of advice or paper and go back home and throw it in one corner. And the next thing you jump on those unhealthy habits. So you must decide that you want to really do it. Then you must seek expert advice. Why I said expert advice is this, because you know, when you go social media, there are a lot of nutritionists on social media. Like those of us that really study the nutrition don't even have jobs again. Really.
Exactly.
So you see, a lot of somebody just find out they are overweight. They just saw one tea, they went on one diet, whatever, and then they lost weight. Then the next thing they will come out, I lost 10 kg in 2 weeks. Do you want to learn out? I lost 10 kg in 2 weeks, and then they become an influencer or become an expert in that field. So that's why I always say, get advice from experts.
Certified ones.
People who will say, I'm a certified nutritionist or dietitian. Get advice, let them guide you, because what applies to you is that buffer doesn't apply to me.
Right.
Yeah, because we have different body structures, we have different backgrounds, we do different types of work. So nutrition is not a one-way thing, like everybody should take this. No, you know, there are general guidelines, but it's specific. So after you have decided, you need to seek the advice and opinion of an expert. And after that, you need support. It's not easy to go on a diet, especially when people around you are the only one engaging in that diet or living healthy. It's very difficult. So I've met a woman before that she decided although she was managing a disease, she was managing diabetes, and she decided that, oh, I want to live healthy. My children still need me. And you know, but she's a very sociable person. She likes going to party. You know, this is Aleko, Mama. She likes going to party. Well, you know what she did? She said, I can't stop going to party because I want to eat healthy. Because at the party, you won't find healthy food. So she takes portion size. She takes her meals, like her diet meals. She takes it and puts in a cooler. When she gets to the party, she will tell them, please, can you give me the plates we use in serving here? Then she will put her own food with vegetables. She will put it there in front of them, and with her friends, she will be eating. Mama, and they say, what's this? She will tell them, let me eat my own. You know, by the time you people are dying one after the other, me, I'll still enjoy. you know, that's the approach, because she was determined. She was determined. So it's determination, getting the right experts to guide you and help you through that journey. So that's how you can jump on a healthy lifestyle.
Yes, that's true. That's true. You just hit it, because I normally tell people that he has to be intentional. Whatever you want to do for yourself, especially for this body, he has to be intentional. He has to come from your mind, from within. It's not something they are going to force you into, or you're going to do because of something or somebody. You have to be intentional. You have to determine that this thing, I'm getting out of it. I've been living a life that is not mine. Now I'm getting out of it. I want to live my real life. So you have to determine doing so. Thank you so much. Now, what are the risk factors to insufficient physical activity? If I'm not doing any physical activity, I sit all day, I watch TV all day, I listen to this, I'm just inactive. What are the risk factors to this?
Number one, it's not healthy for your heart. You know, you need to be physically active. Your blood needs to flow and all those things. You need, and then when you're sitting there in one place, not doing much, and you're eating a lot of things, consuming unnecessary things, you are going to add weight. And overweight basically is like the foundation of a lot of disease. So when you're overweight and you're obese, you are prone to developing a lot of metabolic diseases.
That's right.
So it's not ideal, and it's not good for your a healthy heart. If you need a healthy heart, you need to be physical. You don't have to go out. You can take a walk, at least 30 minutes in a day is ideal for you to be engaged in physical activity. It doesn't have to be a rigorous one. You can move. If you have stairs, you can climb the stairs. If you're inside your house, you can walk around, you can dance. Dancing is very good.
Yes.
You have lovely music in Africa, you can dance, you can shake body, and you can watch YouTube. There are videos and dance along, walk along, stuff you can do. You can skip. There's a lot of things you can do in a day. You might not do it 30 minutes at a stretch. We are advocate for 15 minutes early morning, 15 minutes later in the evening. Just make sure you have that 30 minutes daily at least for your workout sessions. So because it exposes you to it exposes you to a lot of metabolic disease. Diabetes is there. When you're overweight, it links to each other. And diabetes that is not well managed, usually most of the time in terms of kidney failure, kidney problem, and all those diseases. So
thank you so much. I have questions coming from WhatsApp group broadcast. It's saying that my question is on food combinations. What are the guidelines for food combination? What should we consider regarding food combining?
So they are depending on the country. There are actually government regulations. So like in the UK, we have the Eat Well guide. In the US, they also have their dietary guidelines. So most common ones, like you see this food pyramid that guides people out of healthy eating. And this is not individual specific, but there are general things that you engage in. So number one is increase your intake for fruits and vegetables. Ideally, you should take like 5 portions in a day for fruits and vegetables. So increase your portion size for fruits and vegetables. So like the rule of thumb is if I'm taking a cup of carbohydrate-based meal, you need carbohydrate-based meal, except you have a specific disease that you're gaining, but you really need it because that's the major source of energy for us, for our body. But you should balance it up with double the size of vegetables. You understand? So cut off salty food. Salty food is not good for the heart, it's not good for the body. Reduce your intake of salt, reduce intake of saturated fatty foods. So you might want to indulge in healthy oils, low cholesterol oil, or unsaturated fatty oils. Then take more of the healthy milk option. You can go for skimmed milk if you need it. Then increase your fluid intake. So fluid intake includes water, your milk, your tea, and the rest. And then you should increase in terms of carbohydrates, you should reduce the refined carbohydrates and increase your whole grain foods. So you want to go for the whole grain option when you're talking of bread. The carbohydrate is in our way of life. It's a lifestyle. You can't really cut stuff. So take the healthy option. Eat whole grain cereal instead of taking the sugar frosted one. Take the whole grain one, the one with enough fiber in them. So that's basically the guidelines. So depending on your condition, I say again, I repeat, because there are some people that have the need restrict their diet needs to be restricted, and they need restricted portion sizing. But generally, increase vegetable, increase your fruit intake, take a lot of fluid, cut down on salty food, sugary food, processed food, overly processed food, cut down on them. And you see, you start feeling healthy, you start looking better.
Thank you. Thank you so much. In addition to this, and that's going to take us to a portion combining with the food type of what we can add together to have the our balanced diet. I think the person is trying to get the balanced diet because whatever you combine together must give you balanced diet. And the guidelines for balanced diet is for you to have 10% of fats in your dish, in your plate. Whenever you put your plate on your table, 10% of fat must be in that on that plate. 25% of protein, I've said it on this show multiple times, must be on that plate. And 40% of your fruits and vegetables, like our guest just said, she emphasized more on fruit and vegetables. These are going to take your 40% of your plate. And the last 20% is for your fiber-rich carbohydrates. You can't miss it. Again, 10% fat, 25% protein, 40% fruit and vegetables, and 25% of your fiber-rich carbohydrate. We have somebody on the show, on our YouTube, asking a question, and that is Mr. Yusuf Ibrahim. It says, please, our nutritionist, what are natural food to eat to put on weight, immunity to fight disease, and how many eggs better to eat per day? Thanks, in anticipation. So it's like what you have said before. I want you to say something to that question from our guests. So you want to know, many people want to gain weight. Like we are saying, you want to lose weight. Some want to gain weight. They believe they are too skinny. So they want to gain weight. So they are asking what type of food they can eat to gain weight. And it's like the opposite of what we are telling you not to eat. But you can make it healthy.
Yeah.
So go ahead and speak.
So gaining weight is not necessarily indulging in unhealthy food, because unhealthy food will make you have weight, right? Okay, so let me start eating unhealthy foods. So there's this misconception. It's not only people who are overweight that are prone to all these metabolic diseases. We've seen people who are not overweight. They have normal weight and they still have diseases. So let me clear it on that. So, but if you want to add weight, like probably your BMI is really low, it's not generalized. You need to see an expert that will really evaluate it, because we have what we call severe acute malnutrition, we have malnutrition. How you treat them is different. So there are some tests you need to do, your protein level, and you cannot just say everybody should increase protein level because it helps to build your tissue and your body tissue. You can't say everybody should indulge in protein level, you put your kidney at risk. So you really need to see an expert that will now assess you, like what is your BMI, what is that, what are you lacking, look at your diet history, what we should include, but generally eat healthy. Then in terms of eggs, egg is good. It has cholesterol, but like really healthy cholesterol. But many people overindulge in it, like consuming like 1 or 2 or 3 per day. 1 is okay per day, unless you have a specific disease that your dietitian or nutrition is okay. You should reduce this. If you're on a protein restricted diet, we might restrict the number, but it's not like we will remove it totally from your diet. There are guidelines to it, and it's specific. That's why I cannot give a general overview, because people tend to not say, oh, the nutritionist already said I should eat more than 1 egg per day. No. So the person might need to sit down with an expert, and we assess the person's situation, your body mass, then look at it, look at what is even making you to lose that weight. Some people might have some underlying disease condition that's making them to lose weight. You need to consider that. Some people are on medications that is causing them to really lose weight. You need to consider that as well, because there are things we call drug-food interaction. reaction. So it's specific, is per individual. So I won't give a general advice, but the person should continue eating healthy, because if you eat all these things that we are saying, you're consuming good fruits, you're consuming right protein, you're indulging, you're taking your protein daily, both from plants and animal source. There's a balanced diet. You're on the way to adding more weight to yourself.
Thank you so much. Viewers, we are talking on food combining on the show very soon. You will learn more on food portion and food combining very soon on this show. And we're also going to be talking more on sedentary lifestyle in a few minutes now. So I want to say thank you so much to our guest, Mrs. Adekemi Ayodele. Thank you so much. She's from royal family. Anything sounds Ade is royal. Your highness, ma. She is from royal family. She is Mrs. Adekemi Ayodele. Thank you so much for joining us to share your skill.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
I really appreciate you, and I enjoy my viewers to say God bless you. And we want to say, do more, continue with what you are doing. God got your back. Thank you so much for giving us time to be on the show today. I really appreciate you. So I don't say good night to my guests. I don't say bye to my guests. I say good night. So thank you so much. So guys, we have to go to our nutrition segment in a few minutes to see what we got on the show on this particular segment. Nutrition segment. This is another segment we all been waiting for, and I want to say thank you so much for coming back to this segment. So let's do it. Let me tell you more about sedentary lifestyle. We discussed just a few minutes on interview with expert. What is actually sedentary lifestyle? I guess I've already told us briefly on what this lifestyle is all about. It's an activity in a sitting or reclining posture, requiring low levels of energy expenditure for at least 6 hours a day. Basically, it's a lifestyle type in which little to or no physical activities and exercise is done, as opposed to an active lifestyle. It means a person living a sedentary lifestyle is often sitting or lying down while engaged in an activity like socializing, watching television, playing video games, reading or using mobile phone or computer for much of the day. So it's not about sitting at work at all. It's not about sitting down, doing nothing, or working on the computer. Even if you sit down, you lay down, watching TV, you are having this lifestyle called sedentary lifestyle. So this lifestyle really, really contributes to poor health quality and many preventable causes of death and diseases. Now, people always say they want to get out of this sedentary lifestyle, which they have been finding so difficult. Why? Because they still do the same job, they still do the same activities they are doing. So they find it so difficult to get out of it, to quit it. But if you make up your mind, like we said on Health Corner, interview with Expert Corner, that you can avoid it, you can quit it by having intention that you really want to do it. Of course, quitting sedentary lifestyle is one of the best ways to live a long and healthy life. And I'll prove it to you today. Now, this can be done if you quit this sedentary lifestyle. So now, how do you quit this lifestyle? You see, quitting a sedentary lifestyle takes an intentional effort. The decision must be intentional. You must determine to do it. You must. It's something you want to do. Something that comes from within. Why you want to determine to do this? Why do you want to make sure that the feeling, the decision is there? It is one of the best things you can ever do for your health. That is the reason why you want to determine to do it. And to break this lifestyle, you want to do the following. Number one, you want to do what I call movement breaks. What does that mean? You want to set a reminder to get up and move every 30 minutes during the day. No matter what you are doing, if you are working in the office, if you have a job that requires you to sit more than 6 hours, you want to set a goal. You want to set a reminder, whether you want to use your phone or time alarm, to set aside 30 minutes to get up every day. From that's your position. Do it. Whether you are sleeping or you are sitting down. 30 minutes every day during the day. You also want to do number 2, I call get up or stand up. You want to try standing when you can instead of sitting. You know you want to sit, but try to stand up. You know your job requires sitting down, but try to get up. You want to do number 3, which is you want to team up. What does that mean? You want to buddy up with friends, families, colleagues. Doing what? Those that are doing their own activities. Your colleagues who want to increase their activities levels. If you see them doing it, you do the same thing. Join them. It's not when they go to party, you join people. It's not when they are doing something you want to go and eat, you team up with people. No. Team up with people that do something that will make you live healthy as well. I'm not going to, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying going to the party is wrong. It's one of the activities you must do. You must socialize, you must party, for it's also adding to your healthy lifestyle. That is correct. But when it comes to sedentary lifestyle, you want to team up with people who want to increase their activity levels. Number 4, you want to engage in active commutes. Active commutes. You want to cycle. Meaning you want to get on the cycle, motorcycle, bicycle, instead of, driving. You want to walk part of your journey to your work instead of driving. If possible, complete the entire trip by walking. If you need to drive, try to park far away. Far away from your office or from your work, from your job, and walk the rest of the way. 3 blocks, 5 blocks, walk it up. You don't just want to go and park your car exactly next to your building. You want to do this. And the next one you want to do is you want to track your progress. Use activity trackers to track your progress every day. This will increase your healthy behaviors. The next one you want to do is you want to move at home. Don't sit down in a spot or sleeping and be calling everybody to get you something that is right there in front of you. You don't want to sit down and be calling someone that is in the 3rd, 4th rooms or upstairs to come down and get you that thing right there next to you. So you want to move at home. You want to do what I call DIY, do it yourself. You also want to do gardening. Go to your gardening, cut, do so many things. You also want to use broom instead of vacuum to do your house chore. And you also want to embrace your inner child. What does that mean? You want to find something you enjoy. Play out instead of walking out. Go to the park. Play out. Walk around. Talk to people. Chat with people. Interact with people. That takes your time away from your sitting position. You want to also dodge the dysentery lifestyle. How do you do that? How do you dodge the sedentary lifestyle? You want to get in some additional activity that might save your time. How do you do this? Instead of taking elevator, escalator, take a stair. Take a stair instead of escalator or elevator. You know what this does to your body? If you take stairs, it helps build your cardiorespiratory fitness and supply your body with a quick energy boost. When I go to the store, any of my children will tell you of this. You see, take the stair instead of taking the escalator. I don't take the escalator, I walk stairs. Even though I don't have much body, I still want to boost my energy and my cardiorespiratory fitness. You also want to dance. Our guest told us this. You want to dance. Instead of sitting down, checking, moving, stand up and dance. You see me dancing and posting on my WhatsApp profile, status, on my Facebook, on my social media. I dance. This is one of the things that I do to take my time away from sedentary lifestyle, to build my immune system, to boost my energy. This is what I do. It's not because I have money somewhere. No. That is what they call health is wealth. I don't have money, but I have good health. These are the things that give me that good health instead of money. And you also want to stand right after a meal. When you finish eating, get up. Don't sit down like a wood. Don't sleep right away. As soon as you finish your meal, make sure you get up. Walk around. Let the food pass through your body. Digest and do whatever you want to do in your body. But when you sit down, it's not helping. So this is going to briefly take us to the 10 healing food I confirmed with you last week that I'm going to be teaching for 10 weeks. There are 10 food in the Bible, and today I'm going to talk about first one, which is fish. Fish, and you can see this in Leviticus 11:9. Write it down and confirm it. The first food is fish, and you can get it in Leviticus 11:9. It says to us, to fish you may eat. Who's saying that? Jesus Christ. It says to fish you can eat whatever has fins and scales, whether taken from rivers or from the sea. You can eat all this food, which is fish. I didn't write it. It is written in the Bible. Luke, Mr. Luke also confirmed it. Luke 5:10-11 says, when Jesus said to Mr. Simon, there is nothing to fear. From now on, you will be fishing for men and women. What does that mean? According to God's instruction, we just read right now from the Bible, God specified fish from rivers or seas with fins and scales, which means fish were a great food staple in Jesus' days. And if you remember, 7 of his disciples were fishermen. Multiple times, on various occasions, Jesus ate fish with his disciples and performed 2 miracles using a boy's lunch. If you remember, a boy's lunch of small fish and bread loaves to feed thousands of people. So apart from fish being source of omega-3 fatty acids, it also of the food recommended by our Lord Jesus Christ as healthy foods. Now, what do you get from that fish? Let's talk about the nutrition facts you get from that fish. What are the nutrients? Fish is low. I want you to know this. Fish is a low-fat, high-quality protein. You don't get too much fat, and you get protein for it, meaning that the fat you get from fish is healthy fat. And as well, you get protein. Fish filled with omega-3 fatty acid and vitamins such as vitamin D and vitamin B2. We call it riboflavin. Sorry. So fish is also a great source of minerals. Therefore, it is rich in calcium, phosphorus, iron, zinc, iodine, magnesium, and potassium. In fact, the American Heart Association recommends eating fish at least 2 times per week as part of healthy diet. You know why? Because fish is packed with nutrients, such as proteins, vitamins, and other nutrients that can lower blood pressure and help reduce the risk of a heart attack or stroke. So therefore, I want to recommend to you today to add fish to your diet. Eat fish at least twice a week. At least, that's the minimum. At least twice a week. I eat fish a lot because all I needed is in that fish. So please and please, I want you to take a look at what we, reflect on what we taught on the show today and practice them. Practice all we said today on the show. So please, I'm going to leave you with the words that I always tell you to do today. And these are basically live healthy, stay healthy to look the best you can. I'm Betsy Olayinka Folarin Akinlosotu, aka Bofa, an holistic integrative nutrition health specialist, advocating for healthy living. I'll see you next week, and I want to say thank you so much for your love to be with us today on the show. I really appreciate it. God bless you.